Hey guys, so I have a reader I'm going to recommend you to on YouTube. Um, and also for my tarot readers, my tarot community that does do tarot readings for other people. I need you to go check out one of her videos and I'm going to link it in the comments section. I will link her video in the comments section. All tarot readers, please go check out her video. It's a warning to tarot readers. And I believe this is a very important warning for all us tarot readers because it's important to protect yourself as a tarot reader. Now, in what she was describing in her video, I am going to tell you what I saw in my vision. In my vision, I saw a lady with a shaved head, but it looked like she was like in I don't know what kind of clothes she was in. It just like I don't know. To me it kind of looked like some kind of bathrobe, but in her aura. In her aura, it looked like there was a dark figure in her aura. Now, this can represent demonic attachment or demonic possession if you see it in their aura. If you see it behind their aura, it's demonic attachment. If you see it in their aura, it can be demonic possession. So, it when I saw the vision, I got a very murky feeling, and it's still creeping me out. Like it's still kind of creeping me out from seeing the vision. But I'm telling you my part of the vision, and I'm telling you to protect yourself. I'm not going to tell you my forms of protection because I feel that I should not make my forms of protection public because we don't want anybody to know about it because I am a fellow reader. Do not tell anybody what your forms of protection are of publicly. If you want to relay the message to your friends about what forms of protection you have, go ahead and do that. But do not speak it publicly on YouTube what your forms of protection are so that nobody knows what your forms of protection are, okay? But I'm going to link her video down in the comments section below. And I'm also going to link her channel down in the comments section below. And I really want you to go check out her video if you are a tarot reader. Other people in the spiritual community, I would like to warn you that as you become a spiritual person, you have to start protecting your energy. You have to start protecting yourself. A lot of you can Google or search YouTube for forms of protection. However, some people have their own private forms of protection. And I'm kind of keeping mine secret right now. But, there are typical ways of protection. You can Google a lot of them. But everybody can have a different form of protection, especially with what they're drawn to. So I feel like if you're looking for a form of protection, visit your local metaphysical store and see what you are drawn to protect you and protect your energy, because what you're drawn to is usually what's going to protect you the best. Okay. Nextly, I want to tell you that as you become a spiritual person and as you start going in spirituality, you may notice yourself getting downloads and realizing that you have to be more careful what you tell people, because when you become spiritual, you can be surrounded by energy vampires that drain your energy. And the way they do this is by like basically hating on your happiness and other ways too. But like as you become a spiritual being, obviously you can go through dark night of the soul, but you know, you also become more enlightened and you start to know what things mean, what things can happen, you start to realize things and you start to get downloads. Some of it's about past lives, some of it's about the future. For me, I one of my gifts, I've only told one person about one of my gifts, and I mean two people that I've told about this gift, and This gift that I has kind of creeps me out, and I haven't said publicly what the gift is, because like I've been like kind of keeping it to myself what the gift was, because I don't want people to think I'm weird to be able to see this stuff before it happens, you know. But it's a gift I have, and the reason why I have the gift is because of a past life that I had. So, as you become a spiritual being, you will notice that you have past lives that somehow come to you during meditation. Now, meditation is essential to viewing your past lives. I am recommending you spiritual baths with, you know, sea salt to kind of cleanse you of your negative energy or any like stress that you may have. Sea salt's very purifying. So yeah, take spiritual baths, envision yourself in a white light, and envision all that murkiness and negativity draining away down the drain when you're getting out of the bathtub. But other spiritual advice, I feel as if you're becoming a spiritual being, you are going to notice that as you're growing as a spiritual being, sometimes you may feel fatigued. So I'm going to recommend you take vitamins. Yes, I shit you not, vitamins. Vitamins, calcium. B vitamins are great for while you're going through your spiritual awakening. I currently take hair, skin, and nail vitamins and collagen vitamins because as I started my spiritual journey, I noticed they're not as bad now since I've been taking collagen, but I was getting bags under my eyes because it became harder to sleep because I went through dark night of the soul and I went through a lot of spiritual awakening, and it made me tired, it made me drained, it made me fatigued. And so I started taking vitamins. So I'm recommending you take vitamins, C, D, calcium, B12, or a super B complex. Chromium's great. Maca root is great as well for energy. But if you want to make sure that you keep your skin healthy, because sometimes when you're going through a spiritual awakening, if you do not take care of your body, if you do not moisturize, I am literally telling you, moisturize your skin while you're going through the spiritual awakening, because if you're feeling fatigued, moisturizer will help. But I take collagen vitamins as well to help with my skin as well, because I've noticed that since going through my spiritual awakening, I have had to grow a lot as a person, and I have had to learn a lot of things, and I keep growing every day. Now, if you guys would like to know more on spirituality, you can go ahead and leave a comment and I will tell you more on spirituality. But advice for spirituality, get at least 6 hours of sleep a day. Please, get at least 6 hours of sleep a day. Okay? If you have depression, I shit you not, see a psychiatrist. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It'll be good for you. Or you can see a therapist, or make sure you socialize yourself with people that empathize with your situation. Make sure you try to have fun, you know, because a spiritual awakening is not an easy path. It is going to come with ups and downs. It's going to come as a roller coaster ride. You will have these moments where you're like, oh yeah, all this good stuff's happening. Oh yeah, oh wow, oh, dark night of the soul. You know, you're going to notice that you're more in tune with other people's emotions. You are going to notice that maybe sometimes when you're just around people, maybe you kind of feel that something's up, and you might find yourself asking, hey, is everything okay? How are you doing? You know, I feel like you need a hug, or something like that. Like, you just kind of know. Like today, when my mother came over to my house, I knew she needed a hug. And so that's exactly what I did. I'm an empath. I have clairsentience as well. I tend to pick up on energies. I have gone to the point where I have told people their whole entire life story, and some people tell me, "Are you in my head?" And I'm like, no, this is just downloads that I get from the divine. Keep in mind, when you get these downloads from the divine and you start developing your gifts, if you are a card reader, card reading can be draining until you ascend to the next level. Okay, like card reading can be extremely draining, but the the key that I found to make card reading not drain me as much was to work on my ascension more. Work on being able to give readings without cards. Because now I could easily give a reading without cards. You know, I can easily give a reading without cards now. Like, that's just something I can do. So, I would tell you that if card reading is draining you, try to work on reading people without cards, with your intuitive feelings, with what you feel that you can channel yourself. And you will kind of notice a weight lift, and it's going to be to the point where you can give readings without cards. But once you go back to cards, it's not going to be quite as draining. But vitamins are big on helping me to not be drained by card reading. Also, it's very important for card readers. If you're a card reader, sage your decks. Sage your tarot decks. I shit you not, sage your tarot decks, or you're going to start noticing, like, there was one tarot deck I started to do something for myself, a reading for myself, and it was like all off. Like the energy was all wonky. And so I decided to test the tarot deck with a question I knew the answer to, and it answered wrong. So I said, okay, it's time to sage. Now, when you are reading for other people with the same tarot deck, over and over again, it is very important to sage it. You can also use a dragon's blood incense to clear it of energy, because or frankincense, dragon's blood, sage, palo santo, those all clear the decks. Sage, I find, works the best for me. You know, but yeah, I'm giving you advice on spiritual stuff. The other spiritual advice I have for you is self-care. Self-care. Because when you're going through this spiritual awakening, you're going to start noticing that while you're feeling all these new energies, while you're feeling everybody's feelings around you, while you're feeling all these intuitive hits, you're going to feel like, oh gosh, I gotta take care of myself. But some of you may be tempted to not take care of yourself and take care of others before you take care of yourself. I just saw 1313 as I was recording when I was talking about that. So when you're going through this spiritual awakening, the most important thing you can do for yourself is self-care. Now, when you're going through this spiritual awakening, I'm going to tell you, you may feel like you are having kind of like you may not feel like yourself, especially if you go through a kundalini. Especially if you go through a kundalini awakening, you will feel like you are changing. You will feel like you are changing. Some of you may lose sight of who you are. Some of you may like have a hard time trying to figure out who you are again. Your hobbies may change, or you may like stop doing all your hobbies because you don't feel like they're resonating with you anymore at the time. And this is part of Dark Night of the Soul. This is part of awakening. And that's why it's so important for you to self-care. If for some reason an activity or a hobby isn't working for you ever again, like the best thing you can do, like I shit you not, the best thing you can do is go for a walk. Like going for a walk is like one of the best things you can do for your spiritual awakening. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see my aura. I don't know. But you can see, I can see my aura. There's a lot of white in it. I don't know, it's weird. There's pink in it too. But if you guys would like to learn how to see auras, I can also give you stuff on that. Now, some of you may pick up on auras eventually as well. My camera keeps changing colors. I don't know why. That's weird. But yeah, it's very important that you protect yourself through this spiritual awakening. And that is all I have for you right now. If you guys would like more spiritual tips, if you guys would like more on self-care rituals that I find work through spiritual awakening or work to build self-confidence, please leave a comment down below. I can give spiritual tips, I can give self-care tips, all of that. I can give you tips on the best bath salts, best everything, like the best type of baths, oils, and everything. So, yeah, take care. Bye bye.